Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are. And you know what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about Prince, and we're going to talk about a particular narrative that's been going around. I don't want to see it. I don't. I have DGAF syndrome, all right? I don't want to know, but here we go with the bullshit.
Years, one of America's most celebrated filmmakers has been working on a 9-hour documentary about one of the greatest and most influential artists in pop history. According to the few who have seen it, it is a cinematic masterpiece. So how is it possible that nobody's going to be able to see it? The film is called The Book of Prince and was directed by Ezra Edelman, who is best known for his Academy Award-winning documentary O.J. Made in America. There have been plenty of documentaries made about Prince, such as Sign of the Times, which was directed by Prince himself. Most of them focus primarily on concerts, his music, his pure genius, which is totally legit, but essentially, these have been fan films. He had a huge impact on my musical career. I don't know where my Purple Rain album is. I just can't find it. I was just starting to record my own.
Okay. He's the exception to the rule because most white guys that look like that back in 1982, 1981, or 1980, they weren't funking with Prince. They didn't see it. Oh, but then he started playing guitar and blah, 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 yada. See, I'm very protective. I know Prince was an asshole. But guess what? He famously said, "The only asshole up in here is me." He said that. That's a quote. Let's proceed.
In my home studio when I found out that he was producing his own albums and playing all of the instruments on them. I even camped out overnight for tickets for his Purple Rain tour when it came through Atlanta, and that was just an incredible show. Prince was an amazing singer. He was pushing boundaries, recategorizing music. He had this way of embodying sensuality and sexuality in kind of an uncategorizable way. I mean, look at this. I remember getting this album and looking at this and going, ooh. He was also a mystery. In fact, he cultivated that mystery. He was elusive. But we've known that for a long time. And that's where Ezra Edelman comes in. He is an acclaimed filmmaker known for his rigorous research.
Okay, again, I'm going to stop right there. Prince was the Black Frank Zappa. And if you don't know, Google Frank Zappa. Let's keep it moving.
And adherence to facts. He was approached by Netflix in 2019, who had made a deal with Prince's estate that gave them exclusive access to Prince's famous vault. The vault was Prince's personal archive, which was at his home studio, Paisley Park, where he lived, practiced, recorded, filmed videos, movies, and performed concerts for 30 years. The vault contains unreleased albums, hundreds of hours of live footage, music videos, original demos, who knows what? Now, Netflix reportedly paid tens of millions of dollars for this, and they gave Edelman and Netflix editorial control of the film. Now, how could anybody resist a gig like that? The vault? So Edelman takes the gig and starts going through the vault. He finds unseen footage.
Okay, here we go again with the bullspit. Let's go through the vault let's just suck the bone dry, right? If we can. And what I want hasn't been done yet. I want a Parade deluxe set. First best album is Sign of the Times. The second one is Parade. Purple Rain album is number 4 on the list. Yeah, I said 4. Dyslexia. Let's keep it moving.
of him just playing music, unfinished films, I mean, all sorts of things that are cool, but pretty much all of it is just performance. What they don't find is anything candid or personal, like Prince hanging out with friends and just talking, and there's nothing really about his creative process, writing, or recording. The few bits of footage that they find that are personal appear to be scratched, almost like it had been done intentionally. And it seems like the vault didn't actually have everything, just what Prince wanted to be found. But Edelman, being the kind of documentary maker that he is, he wanted to get to the facts. He wanted to know the real story. So
let's just milk this bone dry. Leave well enough alone. Prince is one of one. Leave it alone.
he starts to interview people that knew Prince well. What was his childhood like? What drove him? What things did he care about? But people were very reluctant to speak candidly about Prince. They're being very protective. It's not something people like to do, and besides, a lot of them had built their careers and the
Not people, black people, people with color, that we need to protect our own. All right? We didn't have Berry Gordy pushing the machine like Michael Jack. We had to do the shit from the boots up, boots on the ground, from the, whatever the kids say now. DGAF. I have DGAF syndrome.
reputations because of their connection with Prince, and they didn't want to mess that up. But eventually, people did start to talk. And after he had interviewed over 75 people, he started to get a clear picture of who Prince was. And put together with the material he had found in the vault, he was able to tell Prince's story, which wasn't some sort of big secret, but it is about the complex and troubled person that he was alongside the pure genius of his music. So, after years of research, interviews, filming, editing, Edelman has a pretty solid cut of the film, and he shows it to a small group of people as well.
And guess what? I don't want to see it. I don't give a shit, Questlove. I don't want to see it, bro. Peace and chicken grease. Keep it moving. I don't want to see that bullshit.
As Prince's estate. Now, I haven't seen the film myself, but I've watched and read multiple interviews, including those with Edelman himself. So I'm referencing their thoughts and reactions and opinions. I'll leave links to all of those in the description below, but it seems like the common opinion amongst people that have seen the film is that it is an absolute masterpiece, and that one of the things it does...
No, the masterpiece is Under the Cherry Moon and Sign of the Times. All right, that's it. I'm done. Alexander, never mind. Peace and chicken grease. If you want to comment, comment. If not, don't. Subscribe if you want. If you, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. What matters is the music and the funk. Peace and chicken grease.